The role that science plays in the development of elite athletes is multidisciplinary, but it can be broken down into three core areas: biomechanics, physiology, and psychology. Biomechanics looks at the mechanics of human movement. The discipline often includes the study of the interaction between an athlete and their equipment and environment, with the aim of enhancing performance and avoiding injury. The design of sporting equipment is constantly evolving, and sometimes changes to their kit, whether it be footwear, rackets, or clubs, can make or break an athlete. Physiology, the study of how exercise changes the function and structure of the body, is one of the most obvious ways that science is integrated into the sporting development of athletes. Scientific methods and technology are used to assess and monitor how athletes' bodies respond to training, both physically and chemically. This data enables coaches to evaluate an athlete's potential and allows specific training programs to be developed to ensure optimal performance is achieved. A simple scientific test like VO2 max, which measures the maximum rate at which the heart, lungs, and muscles can use oxygen during exercise, is now a standard training tool for any professional athlete. Participants wear a mask on a treadmill or cycle. Their exercise intensity is gradually increased, and the levels of oxygen and carbon dioxide are monitored. With analysis of the data gathered, this test can accurately measure fitness levels. The test, repeated regularly, can gauge the effect of any training on the athlete's fitness. Athletes who take part in sports that require endurance, such as long-distance running or rowing, often have the highest VO2 scores. In recent years, more efficient ways of improving fitness have been developed through the use of this type of scientific data. A good example of this is high-intensity interval training, often referred to as HIIT. It has been proved that athletes can improve their fitness level much more effectively by exercising in repeated short bursts of very intense activity. Some research has suggested that it might only take 3 minutes of high-intensity exercise a week to considerably improve the fitness of the average person. Psychology is perhaps the most challenging discipline of sports science. While it's easy to quantify how a physical training program can improve an athlete's performance, it's much more difficult to assess the role that psychology plays. But there's no doubt that a positive mental attitude is absolutely essential for success in high-level sport. Professional athletes work with sports psychologists who help them to achieve and maintain high levels of self-confidence, motivation, and concentration during training and competition. And perhaps most importantly of all, psychologists will also help them to control their emotions and deal with adversity when things aren't going their way. Because every professional athlete knows that even with the best coaches and scientists in the world on your side, victory will ultimately boil down to you versus your opponent and who wants it more.